Lucy, thank you. You have officially saved my interest in anything in this class almost. Starting this off, what I learned from this interview. Honestly, I learned a lot, actually. The algorithm stuff I already knew, because I do my own creations and everything like that. And 100% true, by the way. I found out there's a lot of people, vidIQ, that likes to post a lot of content that gets millions of views, mind you, and makes them thousands of dollars every time they make it, where they say, well, this is how you be successful. This is what you gotta do to get your videos seen. You turn off this setting, and everything will be a lot better for you on this platform. And this is primarily for YouTube, because that's where most of my understanding is when it comes to anything of this sort of topic. It's all BS. None of it's true. Like Lucy said, we absolutely have no idea what is happening. We're just posting stuff and hoping it sticks. If it doesn't, try something new or try it again and hope for the best, you know? But out of everything that I've seen out of the interview, I will say what I learned is a little bit more in-depth look into what it looks like to actually be a handler of such a thing. Personally, I have thought about doing my own type of thing when it comes to LLC work. I've took classes for photography and stuff. I want to, around spring, create my own website and blatantly just start off small, freelance stuff, non-profit, get my name out there, build my portfolio, start that type of deal, and start off senior pics. Could be summer pictures, family pictures, all that type of stuff. That's normally where people start when it comes to all that. And once I get my name out there in a local area and it goes positively, eventually one of them will ask how much they can spend for what I provide. And that's when I would start charging. So that type of deal, interesting to me. Only thing is, the more in-depth look into it was kind of foggy for me for a majority of the time. So her talking about the experience of learning with the influencer is kind of calming towards me. So when she said that, I learned quite a bit more about what comes with managing all that type of stuff, and honestly, it piqued my interest. When it comes to the interview, possibly shaping what I think of social media stuff like this, I want to say it seems super relaxed. It's very relaxed, but I feel like my biggest issue, and an issue that I've had before, not even too long ago, with my own creations, is procrastination. Obviously, when you make money, it's a lot easier, but when you started out not making jack squat and you're just doing it to do it, and obviously there is a goal, either getting your name out or trying to get people to recommend you to do certain things, and obviously following along with algorithms, I can confidently say that it is definitely a easy job relatively to majority of jobs out there. But it is stress inducing. Obviously, with social media, with it being remote and stuff like that, or I don't think there's many in person, but most of it's remote, and it's kind of like solo work. As an LLC, as Lucy said, she did most of her stuff by her own thing, and that can be difficult sometimes if you're not locked in, So procrastination is probably the biggest downfall when it comes to certain things that include social media, and I've dealt with that personally. I'd be so much further than I am now if I didn't procrastinate. For anyone seeing this video, consistency is key. That is the number one thing. Obviously, with the simulations that we've done, we've learned that. If you didn't already know that, but yeah, no, that is a stronger point than anyone really says. In either of the interviews, consistency is like the number one thing you want to have when trying to build a fan base, and that's something I learned. So yeah, as of advice that helped me, obviously, like I said, probably the deeper depth into the background of everything. Because normally, you know, when you think about it as just like someone that knows like majority of things, but without the background knowledge, it's kind of just like, I don't know, it sounds boring. It's kind of like doing cybersecurity. You know, if you don't know anything in depth, it just sounds like you're sitting at a computer all day staring at code, which is primarily what it is. But, you know, there's more aspects. Last thing but not least, what can I do with the info received from this interview? Apply it, I guess. You know, knowing that prior knowledge kind of like opens my mind up a little more to a lot more. So, I mean, just hearing the fact that like, oh, you got to do trial and error. There's no. I mean, I kind of knew this with algorithm, but when it comes to, you know, why your things aren't being seen and all that type of thing, I kind of just instantly find out what works using analytics, and just mass produce it. I mean, multiple influencers have done that in the past. For example, one of them is Jacksepticeye, where he would do 2 posts a day. But obviously, he got cradled like a baby when he first started doing it, because PewDiePie, one of the platform's biggest influencers at the time, shouted him out. So that's when he went into overdrive, literally drove himself to depression, and made millions of dollars doing it. So, you know, it's definitely a trade-off. But in the very end, you can help yourself in both occasions, depression and funds. So with that, that is my response video for the Lucy interview. It massively increased my interest in anything in here almost, because I actually took something from this. So I'm kind of happy about that. Anyways, I did my job. Later.